And just like that, we back with part two. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome to part two. Now, before YouTube do their thing, let us do our thing first. Okay, this thing is still not. There we go. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, let us continue.
Now to a developing story this afternoon. Police still searching for the person who shot and killed a North Texas school lunch lady this morning. The shooting happened just before 7 o'clock in the parking lot of David K. Sellers Elementary in Forest Hill. Forest Hill police say that they are working on making an arrest here. They have not released the identities of the victim or the suspect yet. Fort Worth ISD told us that students were held in the auditorium until around 12:40 this afternoon, many hours after that shooting, and that's when police released the rest of the building there. The district told parents in an email that there was no ongoing threat or danger to the school or the community.
For me, as a grandparent and as a parent, for me, I would have rather just had them
At home.
stay at home until this got cleared up.
That's wise there. That's very wise because you don't know the cause of this, okay? You don't know the cause of that because what it is, you would have thought like, okay, this could be a personal beef, and it could be this lunch lady was the one who, wait, was it a lunch lady? Well, maybe she was the one who prevented some kind of like school MS and some school popcorn. And then this killer get rid of her, and they don't know who that person is, and came back to the school and did the MS. You don't know, but that's a wise decision right there.
Stuff, just to be on the safe side that the kids, by any chance, didn't go to the bathroom or something, or look out the window and end up seeing something that they weren't supposed to.
Fort Worth ISD says additional counseling staff is going to be available for.
Yeah, it is always something, man. If it's not Joan, it's Jack. If it's not Jack, it's Jane. If it's not Jane, it's Jackie. It is always something going on with those folks, and there is no peace for them. Okay, let's keep on moving.
Counselors are on hand at Louisville High School today after a student was murdered yesterday in a nearby parking lot.
Yeah, police are trying to figure out why he was targeted. And Fox Sports' Dan Godwin's live in.
Okay, the other one happened 2 days ago. This one happened 3 weeks ago. Okay, a cafeteria lunch lady or whatever. Now another student in the parking lot. Now those guys can't do this thing inside anymore. They just Anyway.
Louisville with the latest. Dan?
Lauren, the Louisville ISD says there will be extra security today here at Louisville High, as well as the district's other 2 high schools, again out of what they call an abundance of caution. This deadly shooting is believed to be an isolated incident. It was about 4 p.m. yesterday when a juvenile gunman walked up to the 17-year-old victim and opened fire in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant right next to the high school. Sky 4 captured video of police investigating at the scene. They can be observed at one.
Man, a fast food next to a high school. Wow. Really? That's what that is over there in Texas. But anyway, usually it's bizarre. But anyway.
Point standing over evidence markers indicating the multiple shots fired. The victim, 17-year-old Skylar Ashton Markel Linson, a Louisville High student, died at the hospital. There's no word on a precise motive for the shooting.
I can say that this was not a random attack. This was targeted. These two knew each other in some form or fashion, but especially since it happened near a high school, I think it's important for people to know this was targeted and not random.
Okay,
after the
what
shooting.
the hell is this? Which one is it? Is it targeted or okay? You know what? Let's just watch the whole thing again because I'm getting very confused here. And you know when people start confusing Big Levi and he's gonna going off because I'm getting confused here. Was it targeted? Was it untargeted? Was it targeted personal or was it something personal that was going on somewhere and then somebody got shot by mistake, a bystander? Which one is it? All right then.
Counselors are on hand at Louisville High
Okay.
School today after a student was murdered yesterday in a nearby parking lot.
Okay, so a student was murdered in the nearby parking lot, which means in the parking lot of the quote-unquote food place, fast food thing over there. All right.
Police are trying to figure out why he was targeted, and Fox Sports' Dan
Okay, why he was targeted. So he was targeted. All right.
Godwin's live in Louisville with the latest. Dan?
Lauren, the Louisville ISD says there will be extra security today here at Louisville High, as well as the district's other two high schools. Again, out of what they call an abundance of caution. This deadly shooting is believed to be an isolated incident.
How is that isolated incident? How is it isolated? The guy was a student. How is that isolated? He got shot. A targeted student got shot in a parking lot. Is it isolated? You people, you know what they'll try to do? Like, hey, you guys don't need to panic. It was an isolated incident. It's just randomly happened. It's not targeting the school. Yes, you know, he was targeted. Most likely, his homies from this school targeted it. It's a what the hell?
It was about 4 p.m. yesterday when a juvenile gunman walked up to the 17-year-old victim and opened fire in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant right next to the high school. Sky 4 captured video of police investigating at the scene. They can be observed at one point standing over evidence markers indicating the multiple shots fired. The victim, 17-year-old Skylar Ashton Markel Linson, a Louisville High student, died at the hospital. There's no word on a precise motive for the shooting.
I can say that this was not a random attack. This was targeted. These two knew each other in some form or fashion.
Okay, well, it's not random, but how is it isolated?
But especially since it happened near a high school, I think it's important for people to know this was targeted and not random.
And then you guys say it's isolated, like it's something that just it has nothing to do with the school or whatever. It does. He's a student, for crying out loud. Whatever. I mean, the guy. I mean, this is no laughing matter, but he's a student. You guys should say, okay, well, he know the guy. He took the guy out, but we don't know. This guy might be connected to other students, so this is not an isolated attack. So keep your kids home until we figure out if there is no more beef, if there is nothing connected to other kids, other students, other bystanders, other people. Well, it's not an isolated attack. Yes, but symbolically, beloved, when we look at here, let me see if I can enlarge this. Of course, I'm going to fight with this mouse again. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. When you look at in this parking lot, you can see this X right there, which X marked the spot. Really? Which X marked the spot. Okay, you can. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see it, but there's an X right here. It goes under this red car, the red horse, so to speak. All right, this is all symbolic. Okay, the X mark. You know what? Let me use the one in the keyboard. I mean the laptop, the pad. This is the X right here. Okay, mark the spot. All right, you got this fellow. This is just in our interpretation. This dude is over there is taking evidence. He's taking photos. He's taking evidence of a crime that's been committed here. And the X is marking the spot. And those are places where the crimes have been committed. And then if you look at this position right here, this look like the third part. This look like Europe and down there like Africa. And this part right here look like America. Okay, and all over South America. And the numbers again, 7 is here, at the one of the X. All right, 5 is here at the other X. 5 plus 7, 12. The 12 tribes. I believe this is a 4, and this is a 8 right here. I'm not quite sure I can see this well. This is a 8. 4 plus 8, 12 again. And I'm not sure why I can't see this number. Is blurry, and I don't know what this number is. But then again, 5 plus 7, 12. 4 plus 8, 4 plus this 8 is 12. Or there's another 8 or 6 or whatever that is. But then again, it's the 12 tribe from the 4 corner of the earth. Okay, it's there. The red horse coming. The judgment's coming. For the people that know what we are talking about, today, the A gonna pass there, make the Aleph, and then in April 2024, and then you're targeted. The X is you done. Man, oh man, the Most High is grand, yo. I mean, he could have easily point this thing out, but he made it to a point like somebody got shot to show you that, hey, I remember this. X marked the spot. We're going to do this. Let's keep on moving.
After the shooting, the suspect took off, but a Good Samaritan followed him while talking to police on the phone. Officers were able to arrest the juvenile gunman after a short chase in Carrollton. This video shows the proximity of the high school to the Raising Cane's restaurant. You can see the campus is quite close to that parking lot. The school district says counselors will be at Louisville High today and the district's 2 other high schools for any students or staff who want to talk about what happened. The name of the juvenile suspect is not being released because he is under 17 years old.
Okay.
Live in Louisville, Dan God.
All right then. Whatever's going on over there, but anyway, this thing is not isolated. They know each other. Could connect it to the school. Could connect it. Anyway, man, you guys do your thing. I got the message here. I don't care what you folks are gonna do. Keep on moving.
Dallas police need your help finding 30-year-old Omar Hernandez. Police say he shot a man and a woman, chased them down, shooting the woman multiple times after she crashed her vehicle trying to get away. Police don't know the full extent of their relationship. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has the surveillance video first in this week's Trackdown.
I'm with Detective Kenneth Castorall, Dallas homicide, East Oak Cliff, the 2700 block of Britton Avenue.
Yo, this dude, there are certain things you can tell about a person, mannerism or the way they dress. You can see this dude back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, this dude most likely had the curly hair, long fingernails, giant hat, a very flashy suit, and a bunch of girls walking around him, escorting him around, being his bodyguard. Because the way this tie here, the blue, you can see the style. The moment the dude is here, he's straight about business. Listen to what he said.
I'm with Detective Kenneth Castorall, Dallas homicide, East Oak Cliff, the 2700 block.
He got straight to business, and his hand movement show you the dude used to use that hand very strong. He has that very strong hand he used to use back in the 70s to get this money. Bring me this money. The dude, he's just this classy dude. He's done this game, and then now he find this good job. Jesus saved his life. He out of that thing now. He doesn't do stuff now. He just, he do reporting things. But back then, he used to have many jewelries, a Cadillac, pink Cadillac with purple inside, and a bunch of young women in there. They just drive around with him. And you can see the game is strong with this dude, man.
Where this homicide took place, Detective, you know who your suspect is, but you don't know where he is that right?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Who is he?
His name is Omar Hernandez. He's a 30-year-old Hispanic male. He's about 5'4", 200 pounds, black hair. He's wanted for murder and aggravated assault, serious bodily injury.
Who was killed, Detective?
Martha Perez Enriquez was killed.
Look at the interview going so well. You never heard this dude ask the right question. He goes straight to the end, the stuff. Usually they just like put the mic in that person's mouth, and then the person say a few words, they cut it, and then they give you stuff. But this guy is asking good question right here. He know how to interrogate people, because he's done a lot of interview, back in the 70s. I'm assuming somewhere in New York, around like certain district that has some red light in there, so to speak. Where's my slide? Wait, hold. You can see that the dude is like very sharp when he's interviewing people. Okay, where were you working? Okay, how much money you make that night? Okay, the main point of my question, where's my money? Where's my money, baby? I use the word baby as a B, but I can put something or a H at the end of it. But where's my money, baby? The interview's going well. It's like he still got it in there. And then this detective, you can see his eyes right there. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like certain guys, they cannot tell you, hey, man, I'm not from San Francisco. But that's what's going on here. Let's watch it.
What can you tell me about her?
She was a mother. She had 3 young kids.
Okay, let's go back to October 1st, around 11 o'clock at night. What happened?
So our 2 victims were outside in front of a residence. The suspect arrived, got out of the passenger side of the vehicle, approached our 2 victims, fired shots after a encounter back and forth verbally with one of our victims, fired multiple shots, striking both our male and female victim. The female victim was able to drive her vehicle with the other victim inside down to this location here where we stand. The car strikes a parked vehicle and then overturns.
Ooh.
The male victim was able to get out of the vehicle and run and seek some help from a local resident. When the suspect vehicle approached, the suspect got out of the passenger side of that white SUV. It's either going to be a Chevy Suburban, either a GMC Yukon, possibly a Suburban. That's what we're looking at right now. Approached that vehicle multiple times, went around both sides of the vehicle, and then finally when he got to the passenger side, he looked inside the vehicle, fired multiple shots at the female victim, striking her again. We need to know where he is. Anybody that knows where he can be located, anybody that knows him.
Yeah, and again, beloved, we see this type of thing going on multiple times, and the suspect, they bear the same characteristics. They bear the same style. They bear the mannerism, the eyes, the way they just nonchalant about it, the way that they just cool, and the way that they have certain things on them and with them. And it's crazy, man. 30 years old, probably was dating this young woman and she left him or something. Some guys, man, they don't handle rejection just like that, man, they'll track you down. Like the dude literally tracked the woman down, kill her, and the car flipped. He would have certain guys would have take off running, like panicking, but the dude calmly walked there, check everything, and then get rid of her. Crazy. Hi. Okay, this is in China, Japan, but I really don't want to play those things because those guys, they sometimes they recycle certain footage and things like that. Let's just keep moving to the next one.
Well, a vicious dog attack leaving a Goldsby woman seriously hurt. News 4's Hunter Lee spoke with the woman who says she's thankful it wasn't worse.
He never growled at me before he attacked me. He never showed signs or anything. It just split second, just straight attack mode.
Moments before Tessa Fight was attacked by a stray dog, she saw him near her backyard.
And I went and let my dogs out, and the second I opened the door, I saw 2 stray dogs. They weren't close enough to see what kind of dogs.
Shortly after that, Tessa took the trash out in the front yard.
As I did, they came out from that corner of the fence and popped out behind the trash can. And I kind of stopped and I looked at him, and then I started walking away.
But she didn't get very far.
That's when the male grabbed the back of my foot and then started shaking and got me on the ground and then started dragging me towards that tree line.
Whoa.
And then got the top of my foot.
Tessa and her husband Nick got married 3 weeks ago and were enjoying newlywed life.
And then again, every time you see those new young folks getting married, and instead of them enjoying their life, enjoy the honeymoon, enjoying this, enjoying that, they are in peril. They are in distress. They are in trouble. Like this woman was just taking the trash out and the dog bite her and everything, drag her. That must have been a very powerful dog, you know, and you see those attacks happen all the time. She lucky she got out of this, or she survived. Remember, most of those people that we've been profiling through our news segment, they didn't survive. Okay, oh, she needs to go ahead and get rabies shot, because rabies is scary, man. I saw some video of somebody had rabies over there in India. That thing scared the living crap out of me. I'm like, damn, I thought rabies was like Cujo, like your mouth is getting all scummy, like foamy and stuff. But yeah, that's worse than that, man. You can't drink water and stuff. Wow. Anyway.
When the attack put things on pause, her husband jumped into action at the sound of her screams and got her to safety. And she believes the dogs were missing when they showed up at the house.
Earlier that morning, I saw on the Washington page someone post about her 2 Rottweilers got out.
Okay, 2 Rottweilers, a male and a female. They didn't give any. Those dogs, they should be domesticated dogs, but somehow something jumped in them, and then they attacked her.
And didn't really think anything of it. It wasn't until later, until posts were made of the attack, that I realized that the post was removed.
We tried to call the woman who posted about the missing Rottweilers.
Hi, this is I can't make it to the phone.
Now the road to recovery begins for Tessa.
They gave me 5 rabies shots in my foot, like 1 in each puncture wound and laceration. I got a tetanus and then another rabies in my arm.
Well, Tessa says she wants to bring awareness to dog attacks and make sure other people are safe in similar situations. To learn more about her story and help Tessa in her recovery, go to our website, kfor.com.
Okay, well, that's one thing. Let's watch this, okay?
The dog days could be over. In a new development, Commander Biden, the president's 2-year-old German Shepherd, has been removed from the White House after a string of biting incidents. At least a dozen involving Secret Service personnel. Persistent questions have dogged officials.
The First Family is working through ways to make this situation better for everyone.
Last night, the First Lady's communications director said in a statement, the President and First Lady care deeply about the safety of those who work at the White House and those who protect them every day. Adding, Commander is not presently on the White House campus while next steps are evaluated. The statement came shortly after CNN, citing multiple sources, reported that Commander has been involved in more biting incidents than previously acknowledged at the White House. NBC News has not confirmed that reporting. New this morning, a Secret Service official says the scope of biting incidents is unclear, telling NBC News, I don't know how thoroughly these are tracked. I had no visibility on the White House staff having issues. Dog behavior expert Laura Sharkey.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's bring on the expert. Okay? Forget about the dog whisperer. Let's bring the dog expert. And what do the expert has to say about that?
Biting in these situations are actually biting out of fear. Even though they look ferocious and terrifying, they're usually afraid.
That's not what that is. You see, beloved, well, let's listen to those people with that crap, man.
Longtime White House grounds manager Dale Haney has cared for presidential pets going back to the Nixon years and is frequently seen with Commander. The White House says Haney disputed a published account that appeared to show he had been bitten. An official said Haney told them Commander was being playful, and there was no bite, no pressure of teeth on his skin, no mark, just some dog slobber.
Commander was a gift from the president's brother after another family pet, Major Biden, was rehomed to friends in Delaware after biting incidents of his own. Commander's fate remains uncertain. Officials tell me at this point he has not been rehomed. He's just not here today.
So a lot of people might think this incident is just like, oh man, this is just big distraction. No, this is a message. As we say this before, dogs are able to see spirits. In other words, dogs are able to see certain energies that the human eyes are unable to see. Under certain circumstances, a human can see those energies. Under certain psychedelics, under certain type of tea, certain plants and herbs, you are able to see, quote unquote, those demons and or angels. But the animals, such as dogs, they can see them all the time. If you see a dog like that attacking no other person than the people that's supposed to care about them, it's not out of fear. It's because he saw the entities that is in them or who they truly are. That is why they put this dog down. They don't want to say, oh, well, we killed this thing. The dog is snitch on us. We put him down. No. They can see your energy. They can see that. That's why they attack you. The young lady that we just played before, she was attacked. The dogs, they were Rottweilers. They seems to be domesticated dogs. They seems to be dogs that live in people's house. But somehow they escape. They were walking around and they see this lady for truly who she is or the energy upon her and attack her without her even seeing this. And if it wasn't for the husband, things would have turned the other way. And now we know the whole thing about the dog in the White House and things like that. Dogs, animal, cats, they are able to see things you can't see. They are able to see demons, angels, other spirits, other things, and that's exactly what happened. All right, let's keep on moving, beloved. All right, next video.
And new at 6 o'clock, Caitlin Armstrong, the Texas yoga instructor charged in that love triangle murder of cycling professional Anna Wilson, is now accused of attempting to escape deputies. It happened yesterday on her way to her doctor's appointment. Apparently, she tried to run away. It lasted only about 10 minutes before she was recaptured by deputies. She has been in custody after leaving the country during the early stages of the investigation, taking a flight to Mexico out of a Houston airport last May.
Oh boy, somebody want to escape, you go to Mexico? That's not very bright. Well, that love, whatever love triangle that was, she murdered this other woman. And that's dumb too. It's just, beloved, listen, let me say this here. Maybe because I'm not involved in any love triangle, and maybe if I did, I don't know how I'm gonna react, but I always not trying to get myself caught up in anything like that. I'm trying to be as honest as I can with the other person. And if there's something that needs to be done, will be done. But I will not hide things, you know. That's what it was back then. I will not hide stuff. But if I ever get caught up in anything like this, Lord forbid, there would be no need of killing the other person, man. There would be no need of it. Just, well, it is always easy for the people that is outside to say just leave or just do this. But again, beloved, it's not worth your freedom. It's not worth your time to kill the other person. You'll get caught. And then where this woman fled to Mexico, like where? What Mexico? Why'd you went there? You are a white woman fleeing, killing someone. You're not some kind of Mexican woman or Mexican man that can easily blend it over there. But where did you go? You go to Mexico. That's like Mary and Joseph, okay? White as they were, all right? They've been chased by King Herod. And then they go hide in Africa, in Egypt, in the midst of a bunch of dark-skinned black folks. And like, she's like, oh, well, I think they ain't gonna see me. They ain't gonna find us. That is because the reason why Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, that you love so much, went and hide in Africa and Egypt, so to speak, in the midst of, because he went hide in the midst of his brethren. That's all. I go hide there because they blended. He looked like an Egyptian. The Egyptian looked like him. The family look like Egyptian, the Egyptian look like them. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. It's pretty much the same, but you people, it's just hilarious, man, when you people do things like that. But anyway, the Gentiles are going to get stupider and stupider and stupider. Great glory. Let's keep on moving. Let's get rid of that first, and then like right there. All right, let's keep on moving.
Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Tom Butler. We continue following breaking news north of the metro. 5 law enforcement officers have been shot and they have been rushed to the hospital. Oh, this happened in Glendorado Township, that's in Benton County.
Wow, Glendorado? All right then. Glendorado Township. Cool name.
About 20 miles east of St. Cloud, the sheriff's office says it is being assisted by several public safety agencies on what is still an unfolding incident. Our Rob Olson is in Glendorado right now. He joins us live with the very latest. Rob, what have we found out? Good morning.
Well, we have confirmed here that a suspect has been taken into custody after.
Okay, the microphone that the dude is speaking, he has a number on it, and it seems like those 5 police officers are under that number. You never know.
This, what has been a massive law enforcement response here in Glendorado Township, as you mentioned, east of St. Cloud. And you can still see down the road here to the south of me, all the lights back there. Again, a huge law enforcement response, but also 5 officers injured in this. Non-life-threatening injuries is what we have been told. Show you some of the video here from this scene here this morning. Told this was a warrant serve at around 8 o'clock this morning at a home here near this township with multiple law enforcement agencies. Shots fired. Again, 5 officers injured, 3 taken to the hospital at North Memorial. Well, 2 taken to the hospital in St. Cloud. But again, I repeat, I am told non-life-threatening injuries, but we don't know anything more than that in terms of the extent of those injuries, just non-life-threatening. Told then within the last half hour or so, a suspect then who was in this residence here taken into custody. We do not know his condition at this point. Shouldn't even say we know a gender. We just know that a suspect taken into custody at this.
That was useless news reporting. Non-threatened, life shot 5, and then they don't know if a dude did it or women did that. What the hell is this? What kind of reporting? But anyway, the bad boys are catching hell over there in Minneapolis. But so let's keep on going.
Now, daylight's revealing the scope of the damage here. These storms struck overnight under the cover of darkness, and at least 2 tornadoes confirmed now by the National Weather Service, one in Clearwater Beach, another in Citrus County. These are the first tornadoes reported since June 19th, and it is not over. The risk does remain with a tornado watch now extended until mid-afternoon, until 3 p.m. We're looking at the threat of tornadoes coming through, and here's why. Ongoing threat for both tornadoes and waterspouts. This one caught on camera as it moved onshore near Dunedin.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yep.
Dunedin. It's spelled so differently, that's why it's a little bit tricky there. Dunedin Causeway. It's about 5 miles north of Clearwater, and this became a tornado that was confirmed just as soon as it hit land, and they got out and saw the damage. They can see the twisting in this new video just into Fox Weather. A big chunk of the condo ripped off. You can see. So
now, let me just enlarge this so that people can see. This is tornadoes, okay? You won't hear anything about that in the news because they are too worried about what's going on over there with Ish. Now, with Dunedin or Dunedin, Clearwater Beach and Clearwater, Florida, and those places, those homes, as you can see, this structure over there, this is not your typical trailer trash house. This is not your typical trailer trash home or those regular structures. This seems to be like well structured, something rich folks staying there, some kind of government building or some kind of office place, and it's quite expensive. Those homes, those areas, there are specific people that are living over there. So let's do a little search to Dunedin, Florida. You know what? Let me see. Boy, I need to switch with Chrome. Dunedin, Florida. Demographic. Let's see what's going on over there. Oh boy. What's the racial makeup of Dunedin, Florida? White alone 92%, black or African American alone 2.5%, okay, and 92% and 2.5%. So then again, it's 92% of those folks living in those areas, you know, and the Dunedin and Clearwater and stuff like that. And those are the specific areas those tornadoes are targeted. And people will say like, well, you know, they are doing this. No, they're not. They're not doing this to their own home. You know how expensive those things are to build. So let's keep on moving.
right inside somebody's living room there. Roof collapsed also into a bedroom of a mobile home in Clearwater Beach. Fortunately, nobody
Can't wait
was
for
hurt
them
there.
to show the
Power
faces of all
flashes were
people
caught
in
on
this
camera
thing.
in a neighborhood near North Beach in Clearwater. And the damage survey teams head out today to rate the tornadoes. Only 36 tornadoes so far this year in Florida. I say only 36 because their yearly average is 66. First tornadoes reported since June 19th, happening overnight last night. Let's get into this.
And those people say this, oh, well, it used to be 66, now it's 36, as if this is a relief. And we know 66, 6 plus 6, and 36 is 3 plus 6. What that is. There is judgment on the behalf of the 12 tribes born you. That's what that is. So Dunedin, it seems to be a little island over there in the close of Florida. Let's see if we can get Google Earth here. We usually go to Google Earth and see if we can get Dunedin or Dunedin. I live in Florida. This is the first time I heard of this place. Boy, let's see. Dunedin, Florida. Let's see what that thing is. Okay. That's fast. See if we can. There we go. Come on, you son of a. There we go. Huh, I thought the island was detached from Florida, but it's another peninsula, and it's in the coast of. It's clear. It's next to Clearwater. I know Clearwater, but Dunedin. But anyway, as you can see here, Dunedin and the areas are close to the beach, and Clearwater, okay, right here, all those areas are to the beach, and who stays over there. Clearwater Marine Aquarium, anything that is Indian Shores, all those areas, who stays there, okay? Stays in the area close to the beach. They don't want our people to stay next to the water because the water has tremendous healing properties and bring riches, If you stay next to the water and you are in your blessing, you should never be poor. Let's take a little look around and see what's going on. See this nice beach right there. Okay, those areas. And who stay over there. This nice, the beach is kind of like deserted. Okay, nice pool, the boats, and you see the homes over there. Okay, those are not your typical buck-toothed, backwarded monsters, out there, smoking that meth in the street, but they do smoke that meth inside of the house. Okay, all right, come on, man. Oh boy. Okay, those are not your typical home. Beautiful home. Beautiful people walking around there, enjoying that blessing. All right, it's not your typical place. It's not a typical place that you thought. Defending freedom. Anytime you hear this kind of words, those mottos, defending freedom. We're over there in Ukraine defending freedom. We're over there in Israel defending freedom. And you'll know who say there, Beautiful. Beautiful place. Beautiful business. Peaceful. Nobody bothering them. Okay. A beautiful home right there. Nice. Boats. Nice home right there. Salon. Oh, that's kind of some business place. Okay. Beautiful. A pelican here. Is the fake or real one? Okay, who's staying in the water, All right, nice place. Nice. So now you get an idea of who's being affected by this thing.
Look at the storm reports that have come in. There have been a variety. Now, some of the reports near Clearwater Beach, they look like they are going to be confirmed tornadoes, but we don't know the amount of damage. Some of it looks like, though, it's pretty impressive. We've had metal into windshields of cars. Crystal River reported a tornado at US 19. This one has roof damage, power lines brought down as well. So again, several different spots where we've been able to go out and confirm there's at least some twisting evidence on the ground with the damage, but that's all that can be done. You've got to wait until you get the surveys done and you can estimate what the damage is. So
As you can see, there are specific community over there in Florida that are being affected by those tornadoes. Okay, let's keep on moving.
I think that's a tornado.
Okay, this is an Ocala.
I think that's a tornado.
Okay, there are specific area those things are hitting. Okay,
That is a tornado.
and we have a lot of our folks in Ocala.
Oh. That looks like a tornado.
Well, that's because that's what it is. All right, so it's everywhere for those people, but they won't say why those things are targeting them and why is it happening.
Nearly missed the vehicle, slid out of control.
Oh boy. Anyway, so okay, we're not gonna profile this one.
Also new at 5, a fire leaves several families in Anadarko without a home. New photos show the massive flames that destroyed the landmark apartments overnight. Amid the chaos, a teenager is now being hailed a hero for knocking on the doors to wake up residents, allowing them to get out safely. News 4's Adria Goins is following it for us. She joins us now live with more. Adria.
Yeah, Heather, that's a good part of this terrible story. Thanks to the quick thinking of a young girl, everyone made it out of that apartment complex alive.
Adria
This was my children's room, and there used to be a TV on a TV stand there, a play box.
Skylar Miller walks through her apartment in the daylight, hours after it went up in flames. 6 years of family keepsakes, memories, and valuables. Now, charred remains.
I'm just glad I wasn't here, my babies weren't here, and everybody's okay.
Miller and her 2 young children lived at the landmark apartments in Anadarko. The 14-unit building caught fire Tuesday night.
The first thing we did is I started making phone calls.
All right, so he's the owner, Jason Gladwell. Huh. You know, there is a Gladwell as excuse me. All right, let me let this play. I'll take
to my people that live here and ask them to make sure that they're out of the apartments.
Jason Glidewell bought the property and recently remodeled, offering more affordable apartments. Many of the tenants, young, single families. He says the situation could have been much worse if it wasn't for a teenager living nearby who just happened to see the fire shortly after it started.
But she had rushed over. She had banged on all the doors of all the tenants, just continued to bang on the doors, on the outside windows, until people would come to the door so she could get them out of the apartment.
Glidewell says in times of tragedy, he sees the best of people.
The streets had multiple people that were already gathered up trying to help the residents that were here. I'm really proud of Anadarko and whatever we can do to help it, that we will do that.
Investigators believe the cause of that fire was electrical. Now, the Red Cross, local tribes, and Anadarko's First Baptist Church have been helping with.
Okay, all right. Well, Jason, of course, we know who Jason is, what Jason means. Anytime we see Jason, it's a reassurance that Raphael, the peacemaker, the healer, is here and telling us there'll be no Jacob's trouble. Again, not all skin folks or kin folks. And a lot of people that are buying properties and then supercharging our people rent, their properties are being burned down. And it's just like everywhere you turn, 83 is catching nothing but hell. I mean, literal hell, okay? So, and we told them this thing is only going to get worse. Beloved, only God knows what's going to happen in 2024, whether it's the year of the Gentiles, January 2024, or March, our year 2024. No matter what it is, beloved, the surprise, who would have thought, brethren? Who would have thought back in 2022 what's happening now would have happened? I mean, concerning age and the information that we're stumbling upon, the things that our people are seeing and studying. What do you think will happen in 2024? One thing we know for sure, things are never or not going back to normal, and things going to get worse, but we don't know exactly the events, so to speak. Of course, we do know by signs that the whole eclipse will happen, but we don't know the aftermath. Why am I saying this, beloved? I just want our people to be very careful. It's already 6 o'clock. Oh boy. Okay. Let me see. It is 6. Yes, it is 6 o'clock. So the reason how long we are. Oops, I didn't want this thing. Oh, 44 minutes. Let's close this stuff right there. Oh boy. Is it? All right, let's close this. All right, 44 minutes. I could hand this right there. I got a couple of stuff to do. But anyway, the reason why I'm saying that, brethren, this is not a time for playing around. This is not a time to go out there, have some fun at this party, at this club, just trying to have some fun and go around. No, man. If you know brother or sister, let's say for instance, Big Levi is having a cookout or I have something in the house I'm doing, and then I invited the family to come in. Yes, you, me, this brother we know, this sister, and a few other folks in the family, we know with the energy that we carry will be up, of course, without a doubt, positive. But when you go in the midst of the 2/3, and you go in the midst of those people that carry those spirit with them, if you're not strong, or if you're not with a strong person, or you don't have anything that can protect your aura, protect your your energy, and can protect your spirit, those things will jump at you. They will do things, and things will happen, especially here in 2024, man. This is not the time right now. If you're gonna do something, you do this thing and done with it, man. But this is not a time to go out there and enjoy Hish with a bunch of people, man. This is the time to pay attention, be very vigilant, and be very careful. And I'm not telling our folks to live in fear and stuff, because the Mighty One tell us do not, be moved and do not be dismayed. So, but I will not tell our people to go out there and party and enjoy gang, living their life. Make sure you know what Nicki Minaj and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett is doing out there. Is that what that is? Is that what her name is? Things like that. Our people need to disconnect themselves from this garbage and nonsense, man. Because 2024 is right down the corner. It's not going to be, while it was no joke in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. What make you think 2024 are going to be a joke, man? This thing going to be brutal, all right? Beloved, let me see. Oh, man. I have a lot to do. Unfortunately, it's 6. I started this thing very late. Unfortunately, we may have to stop here. Yes, we will stop here. I will see you folks whenever I can. Once again, a word of advice, beloved. Be very vigilant, man. Don't ignore the sign. Don't say this is a coincidence. Don't see something, it click in your spirit. Don't see numbers. Don't see certain action of certain people. Certain stuff you see, like, wait, what was that? That was my imagination. Don't take those things for granted, man. They are real. And you need to be careful out there. The Holy One will not do something without warning you. The crow or that raven took that flag. It was a warning. And if anybody was in their right mind that was over there, they would know that was the time to get out. Okay, those are terrible warning, man. All right? And we will not forget about the video of the lightning that strike the White House and the wind that cut off that giant flag into half. The giant American flag, okay? Shalom, beloved.